I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. My videos are about love, creation, infinity, energy. Because this is who we are. We're infinite energy, infinite love, infinite creation. This is truly who we are. This is our nature. I speak about it on my videos all the time. Sorry, I was just having some food. Hungry. I speak about it in my videos all the time because it's the truth. Objective reality. We are infinite energy, infinite love, infinite creation. Today's video is about purposeful love. I'm going to go straight into it and develop my ideas and my notions, as you know very well, throughout. But still, let's stick to business. And y.how/purposeful-love. That's y.how/purposeful-love. So, Purposeful Love. It's on YouTube, it's on Substack, it's on the website. Refer to those as the sources. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because it's just important to talk about it. And I feel like talking about purposeful love right now. The previous video was about purposeful happiness. Beautiful video, what it means. Refer to that for more information about purposeful happiness. But today's video, this video right here and now, is about purposeful love. And what purposeful love is it's a beautiful notion, it's a beautiful concept, because love is that, Love is purposeful. Purposeful love is exactly that, is heart-based. Love comes from the heart, as we know, the electromagnetic field of creation. So let me explain the visual just quickly. So it's this infinite positive loop. It's a positive feedback loop. It's an infinite positive feedback loop, coherent. And it starts, it's just one thing leads to the next, and then it goes like that to infinity. Okay? It goes to infinity in that way. So let's talk about it. Let's break this down. Let's discuss it. Let's go step by step, and let's start at the very beginning, at the source. Why are we love? What's purposeful love? Why are we infinite energy? Why are we infinite love? Why are we infinite creation? Why are we such things? And there's always a beautiful place to start, because it's our origin story, it's our genesis, it's who we are. It's our nature, it's our root, it's where we come from. Where we come from. We're infinite, we come from infinity. We come from infinity. So let's start there. Why are we infinite love, infinite energy, infinite creation? Because of the human heartbeat. The human heartbeat. Starts there. The human heartbeat generates an electromagnetic field of creation that's spherical in nature. It's electromagnetic. It's beautiful. It's a pulse of life. It's a pulse of creation. It powers the human body. It surrounds the human body. It powers the human body, so our brains function as a result of it, so we can be conscious, self-aware, we can think, we be sentient, we feel as a result of it, we have emotions as a result of it, we're intelligent as a result of it, because it powers the human body. This electromagnetic field powers the human body. That's what it does. That's what it does. It's this pulse of life, the pulse of creation. And it's energy itself, as you can see. Energy itself powers the human body. So we are energy. We are energy. And energy creates. That's what energy does. So then again, we are created by what? Biologically speaking, our creator is the human heart. So biologically speaking, then again, the human heart have created us. The human heart has created us. Meaning we are energy, because we are created and energy is creation, and we are alive, so we are life. So you see, it's the electromagnetic field generating energy that creates life. And then again, here we are. But what's our primordial instinct then? Because it comes down to that, our nature. And it's our primordial instinct is to exist, right? Because we are alive. So our primordial instinct is to live, is to exist. And what gives us life? What creates us? The human heartbeat. You see, so our primordial instinct is the human heartbeat. The pulse of life, the pulse of creation. So because of this very notion, then we exist. There you have it. Simple as that. It doesn't get any simpler than that. This is as simple as it gets, because this is the truth, it's objective reality. So we are alive because of the human heartbeat. We wouldn't exist without the human heartbeat. There would be no human race without the human heartbeat. We exist as a result of the human heartbeat, the pulse of life, the pulse of creation. This is the way it is, and the way it would always be. This will never change. This is who we are. This is who we are. This is who we are. So understand this. Understand this. So then again, if our instinct to live is the human heartbeat, what else happens at the heart? So the start there is foundational. What happens at the heart? What else happens at the heart? What is going on at the heart? What else is out there happening at the heart? What else? Love. We love with our hearts. So you see, immediately there's that connection at the heart that gives us life with the heartbeat that says you're alive because you are here to love. Thus making us a benevolent species. We're a heartful species. We're a love-based species. We're a heart-based species. We are benevolent race. This is who we are. We are a good species. We are creation creates creators, and it created us for a reason, to love. To love. Why? Because love is creation. How is love creation, you might ask? Because love is energy. Well, how is love energy? It's a fair question. So, because of the human heartbeat, you see, the human heartbeat generates an electromagnetic field of creation that powers the human body, so we're conscious, aware. We exist as a result of it. We're intelligent, we're sentient. And sentient is all about feeling and thinking, loving, hey. So if you think about it at that level, then again, the human heart loves, and the heartbeat is energy. Electromagnetic field of creation, light spherical being around the human body, which is who we are, light spherical beings. So then again is the human heartbeat, and love is that, is the result of that. We make love, we have children. We make love, we have children. We create a seed, creating life by making love right there in the beginning of it all. We make love. It's the instinct to reproduce, to further the species. Then again, boom, we make love, we have children, we're creating life. And what's our instinct? Our instinct is to love our children, our offspring. That's what we do. We love them with all our hearts. Hey, and we raise them, and then they become adults themselves, and then they continue the life cycle of creation and infinity. You see, it's right there in front of us. And then, why is love energy? Because it comes from the heart, and the heart is electromagnetic. So then again, at labs, we have been testing this for a long time. We can measure these with tools and equipment. The heart is electromagnetic, it's a pulse, right? It's a pulse of life, the pulse of creation generates the electromagnetic field. So if you think about it at a fundamental level, it's the heart that does it, but the heart has frequencies and vibrations because it's energy, it has resonance. And the highest frequency that it reaches is the frequency of love. Love can be measured, and it's the highest rate, it's the highest coherence, it's the highest frequency, it's the highest resonance that the human heart can emit from an emotions point of view. An emotional point of view, the resonance of the energy of the heart can be measured. And it's the highest that the heart can actually generate, create. All the other emotions have lesser intensity, less frequency, less vibration. They're less strong. They're not as strong and powerful and mighty as the human heartbeat when it comes to love. So then again, love is energy and it can be measured. So you see, love is creation because creation is energy. So love creates, and we make love, we have children, and we're not only creating in that way, we create with our hands, we create with our minds, and we need the heart for that love. Hey, we back our actions with love. We love what we do, and we create the most beautiful things. The most beautiful creations are always the creations that come with the heart. They come from the heart. It's loving. You love your creation with all your heart, just like you love your children with all your heart. So you love what you create, and then the world resonates with it because we all have a heart and we all feel it. We all feel love, and we see the creation is beautiful, and we accept it, and we see the contribution, and we reward the creator as a result. The creator always loves the creation because creation creates creators, and we're part of creation. We're part of infinity. Simple as that. So then again, comes full circle. It comes full circle. So if you get this notion, then you understand reality, because that's what reality is. We are reality. We see it through our eyes, what we experience, our perceptions through the senses and the mind and all the human body, the organism, the human experience, the human condition, human nature is that. And love is what gives us life, because it comes from the heart, and the heart has the electromagnetic field of creation, which is the human heartbeat, and then again the pulse of life and the pulse of creation. So we live to love. That's why we are a benevolent species, because we live to love, and we love to live. Who doesn't want to be happy? Who doesn't want to be loving? Who doesn't want to have a purposeful life, a life full of life, meaning, joy, happiness, fulfillment? Who doesn't? We strive for that. All of us strive to get a life of meaning, to be meaningful and purposeful, because it's our nature, you see. And when we engage our brain, because we're conscious and self-aware, we understand now, being conscious and self-aware, our nature, which is to love, a benevolent species. So the more we love, the more powerful the creation, because it's the highest frequency that our creation itself, the human heartbeat, can allow us to do. So the more energy, the bigger, more powerful the creation. It's as simple as that. This is basic physics. So if you understand this, then love is the highest frequency. So when you love with all your heart and all your might, is the highest frequency you can reach. So your creations will be more powerful and extremely, extremely powerful, because they're infinite in nature. Because of our human heart being spherical, in terms of the electromagnetic field that it generates around the human body, creating life in the first place. So then again, infinity itself is spherical in nature, geometrically speaking. It's the pattern of life, the pattern of creation. The organizing agent is spherical in nature, is electromagnetic, is polarized, is conscious and self-aware, and it replicates itself at different scales of creation through structure. And the organizing agent is that the organizing pattern of creation is spherical in nature. How do we know this? Well, just stare at the sun. It's spherical. It's a spherical object, and it has its own electromagnetic field of creation that's spherical. And it generates this vortex at its heart, a singularity, a wormhole. We call it an event horizon with escape velocity. And this generates a fusion reaction at the heart of it as a result of the motions of the electromagnetic field and the polarization of the heart itself, of the sun itself, creating elements as a result of it. You see, because it's a power beyond light itself, so it creates life itself. Because a hydrogen and all these elements, photons and light itself, is generated at the heart, at the vortex, at the epicenter, you see, of the toroidal force generated as a centrifugal nation of motion and spin that is created through the polarization of electromagnetism. And that, at the scale of the sun, generates elements, hydrogen and such. And then all these elements come together, and they generate everything that we see around us as a result, because it's high energy, it's high density, and energy is creation. And it creates the conditions for life. Earth itself is spherical in nature. Earth itself is spherical in nature. So then again, and it has its own electromagnetic field that generates the condition for what? For life to emerge here on Earth, the way of us, biology. So the DNA. So then again, you see, full circle. Full circle is all this pattern of creation coming together as a result of polarization, as a result of electromagnetism, as a result of motion, as a result of a vortex, a singularity, a wormhole, an event horizon happening at the heart, at the epicenter, at the core of this centrifugal notion. This centrifugal motion of angular momentum, spin, and torque that results from the gravitational pull of vacuum itself, the space itself, as we call it, the field, as we call it, the force field itself, generating this singularity that creates this electromagnetic pull, this electromagnetic field that generates life at different scales of creation. And infinity is just that. That's why galaxies also have the same vortex at the heart of them, the singularity, this event horizon, escape velocity, this toroidal force that happens as a result of motion, as a result of angular momentum, electromagnetism, and polarization at the highest of scales, generates the motions necessary to form the spherical electromagnetic field of the galaxies, and then that generates everything around them, meaning the planets and the galaxies and the quadrants and the stars, all the light that emerges from the heart of a galaxy, because escape velocity, creation itself, all these elements that generates stars and all these stardust and all these beautiful high energy elements, such. It's beautiful. Life is beautiful. And you can apply that to infinity, and then it's always spherical in nature. And then it comes down to a reality, and then it's biological, but it's also spherical in nature. We have our own electromagnetic field. You see, life itself is infinite because of energy itself being infinite, because infinity is the only constant. We are part of infinity, and we have an infinite nature due to our own singularity, due to our own event horizon, due to our own vortex, due to our own electromagnetic field of creation, which is what connects us with existence itself. Physicists call it the vacuum, the field, the force field. They call it the space, but in reality, that's just what happens as a result of these motions. As these powerful forces that are spherical in nature, because if you look at a sphere has volume and it has a surface. So what they're referring to by space and by the vacuum and by the field itself is the surface of creation itself. The surface, you see the tension, the density, the scale, the magnetism, the electricity that results that comes as a result of polarization of motion. So this field is the surface of the sphere at that scale of creation. Space, as we call it, is the surface of it. It's the surface of this creation, this spherical, electromagnetic, polarized level of creation. And infinity is just that. The geometry of infinity is spherical, because it never ends. You just spin around for so see, and it's all about that. It's all about motion, forces, and all sorts of natural phenomena. And this is just what it is. It's just beautiful. Creation is amazing, and this is what purposeful love is who we are. I know I had a very in-depth explanation, but then again, this is a very serious conversation. We're talking about creation itself. We're talking about love itself. We're talking about life itself. We're talking about the hottest, the most hard-hitting questions out there, hard truth, objective reality. We're talking about the most primordial, the origin, the genesis of who we are. We always ask these questions: who are we? Who we are? Where we come from? There you go. That's the answer. Infinity. Love you all with all my heart, with all my might. And why? Because our nature is to love. We live to love, and we love to live. This is who we are. We are benevolent species because of our human heart, because of our resonance, because of our beauty, because of who we are, the love that comes from our hearts, that creates the most beautiful things, because we are creators. Okay, so let's talk about purposeful love. Then again, the visual is that this is what the visual is. The visual is this positive feedback loop, infinite positive feedback loop. So let's start at the heart of it, at the core, at the vortex, at the event horizon, at the singularity of it. of purposeful love. It's the escape velocity of it, the wormhole, this point of union, the center of gravity, which is what the toroidal force is. It has a gravitational center of gravity that creates this, like this has a name is where mass is, it cancels itself out, meaning it's no mass has no weight because of the centrifugal nature of spin and angular momentum and gyroscopic motions. So because of it, it generates this electromagnetic field because it cancels out the force of polarities of positive and negative. And in that motion, that's the point of the vortex, that escape velocity right there, because it's the point where center of gravity, where is that, like when you look at a hurricane, when you look at a tornado, it has an eye, right? It's this quiet point where there's nothing there, but everything around it is just spinning and it's out of control. But that point is stillness, right? Because it's the center of gravity, has no weight. It's just beautiful nature. It's just incredible. And we are that. We are that center of gravity. So what is this vortex, the escape velocity, where everything starts? Life itself, creation itself, infinity itself, where everything starts at all scales of creation. And we are the biological scale. So it's true self. That's because it's the true self energy, is who we are, it's our essence. It's our essence. You see, it's the energy, who we are, connected with everything. It's the pattern of creation at the biological scale, the true self of the individual that connects us with all. It starts with the true self. That's the point. It's the point of origin. It's the connection to infinity itself. Consciousness and self-awareness is the source, is the channel. We all have it. We all have it. It's that. It's the heartbeat. It's the consciousness. It's the self-awareness. It's true self. It's who we are. It's what gives us consciousness. It's the voice. It's the feeling. It's the emotion that is intelligent and sentient. It's love itself, it's creation itself. It's what gives us life. It's love. It's love. It's true self energy guiding us, putting everything into motion, biologically speaking, so we can be alive. So we can be alive and be who we are, this wonderful species. So it starts with the true self. And because we're conscious and self-aware as a result of infinity and love and creation and energy, we are, infinite creation, infinite self-awareness, infinite consciousness. Because of it, we all have a point of origin. We all have a center of gravity. We all have a genesis. The ontogenesis of life at the biological scale is the true self, is a human heartbeat. It's the human heartbeat. That's what it is. This is the most fundamental answer. It's the most fundamental question. It's understanding who we are, and we are the human heartbeat. With the pulse of life, with the pulse of creation, this is who we are. He gives us life. He gives us life. And that's the mystery that we have searched for since we're capable of thinking. And it's the true self, is who we are. And we all have one because we're part of infinity, all of us. All of us are part of infinity. We're all part of it. We are constants. We are part of it. We are part of infinity. And the true self is the self-awareness of it through us, is the channel, is the mechanism, and it starts as a result of the human heartbeat, because it's our event horizon, is where everything comes from at the biological level. Is the DNA sequence coming into motion, into coming life. It's like the kernel of the OS. When you have a computer and you boot it and you have a kernel, which is the original, it's the kernel is like the source code. And the source code is the source code is the kernel, is of the operating system of a machine, a device, the software, and that our kernel, our source code is the true self. It comes from the DNA. It's our connection with infinity. And we all have one, because all computers, if you think about it, have a kernel. They all have a source code. And this what the genesis, right? The origin of it, the ones and zeros and all that, computationally speaking. But biologically speaking, it's also script. Is the code, the genetic code. It's the genetic code, is the DNA. It's the human DNA. That's the kernel. The source of life itself is the human DNA. So, and that's the kernel. True self comes from it, biologically speaking. Because of the heartbeat, it powers the whole machine on, and then we come into life as an organism, and then we're conscious, we're self-aware. I'm alive. The kernel, the source code is the human DNA, guys. It's the human DNA. And the way, the software of it, like, that's the hardware, biologically speaking and stuff, if you think in those terms. But the OS, the kernel, the source code, is the code itself that runs through energy, electromagnetism, polarization, and that's consciousness, self-awareness. And that's the true self. All of us have it. We all conscious and self-aware. We're all alive. So that's it. That's the mystery. So it starts with the true self, and then it moves into action immediately. Why? Because when we go live, the heartbeat, boom, 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 pulse of life, pulse of creation, generating the electromagnetic field, the pump, the heart. What does it happen immediately? Well, we're into motion, we are live, we are movement, we're stimulation. Immediately, the heartbeat is that, it's movement. Has a rate, it's a coherence. And the highest frequency is love, which is that, is the activation of the code. Is running the code, is running the script, running the genome inside the DNA. Biologically speaking, is the energy that powers it. So the power of the heartbeat runs the script, which is us, our true self, our consciousness coming, all the systems coming live. Because it's the result of the whole, the parts coming together as a whole, right? And the human body is the whole, all the organs, all these different things, and the heart is just like the motor. So it generates the self-perpetuating mechanism, this pulse of life and creation that powers the whole body, all the parts coming as a whole, and then as a result of that, then the computer turns on. And you just go onto your OS and the kernel and and that's the DNA. That's the DNA running because of the electromagnetic polarization. Electromagnetism is creation, guys. I've been telling you. So is that electromagnetism, polarization, the human heartbeat generating the power to boot and start the machine, us, the organism, the body, and it comes line. And the OS, the kernel, the DNA gets powered by that energy. The codes run, then all the purposeful love starts to happen, because each cell, think about it, each cell has the DNA in it, because it's a combination of it all, right? It needs a point of union. It needs to be connected. Everything has to be connected into place. All the cells are connected, entangled, almost like a hologram, But no, we're not a hologram, but it's holographic in terms of some of its attributes are holographic. Some of its qualities are holographic in nature, but we're not a hologram. We are biology. We are solid. We're real. We're water-based. We are beautiful. Anyway, sorry about my vulgarity. I'm quite vulgar sometimes. Sorry, I'm just human. and then vulgarity, I mean. So then again, is that so it's the electromagnetism, the polarization that powers the body, and each cell that is in the tree. I'd say there's infinite number of cells in the human body. That is my guess, because of this regeneration ability that we have to cells just replicate self-perpetually. So then say that is trillions, but really, what about all the regeneration? So it's infinite, eh? So because it makes sense, because everything is infinite. Infinite is the constant. So that's what it makes more sense. Because you gotta add up what a cell is. A cell is a bunch of molecules coming together, and each of them has atoms, and it's an infinite number of these. Just it's a scale of infinity. That's just that infinite. So then again, so starts the A with the true self, powering the engine. It's the software running us, the genetic code, the genome, happening there as a result of electromagnetism, because each cell has the DNA and it's purposeful. You see that code that is being run, the script that's been run at each level of the cell. Heart cells, the billions, trillion, of heart cells. So each cell has the script and it's purposeful, because each of them is just doing its thing. Hey, the heartbeat, the pumping, the pulse, life, creation, energy. They do that. And when you add that with all the other ones, it's called symbiosis. Hey, homeostasis is the whole body coming together. Synchronicity, hey, all in a concert, hey, harmonious, hey, all coming together because of motion, because of electricity, because of energy, electromagnetism, hey, polarizing the whole thing. And then that, because all coming together in this dance, all of them dancing at the same rhythm, the rhythm of the pulse of life, the rhythm of the pulse of creation, the human heartbeat. Because of this rhythm of life, this rhythm, this electromagnetism, this frequency, this resonance, powering the whole body, then the code runs, and then everything comes together, the parts come into a whole, and then we are alive. Hey, hi, I'm true self. Nice meeting ya. I'm conscious, I'm self-aware, I'm here. I love, it's my nature. And this is who we are. This is who we are. So then again, if you think about it from that point of view, what does that all mean? What does that all mean, eh? What does that all mean? Well, it means that we are infinite. We're infinite creators. This is what it means, and we are here to create. Creation creates creators, so we keep on doing the same creation. Say we create. And then again, you see, that's the whole thing of it. It's like the computer, the actual computer. You have a computer, and if you have just the motherboard there, and then that's it, the computer is not going to turn on. It's not going to be alive. It's not going to be powered. It's not going to work. You need to put all the parts together. Hey, the screen, the monitor, you put the components. You see, it's like at a computer level, synthetic stuff. Hey, we created the computers. We are creators. We create. It's all the parts. Hey, the motherboard has all these components, processors, and all this memory, blah, 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 blah. Then you got a keyboard, you got a mouse, you got all these different tech and all stuff that we're pretty good at, because we're really incredible tinkerers. We're great creators. We're great inventors. You put them all together, and then you power it, and then the thing comes on. It's the same. The human body is the same. The organs, the parts, and it needs that energy, right? Because the computer's not going to turn on unless you have a power source. You plug it, hey. And then when you have the power, then the whole thing comes on. Right? That's basic, eh? So then again, that's who we are. So we are this whole thing, this body, this organism, all these parts, all these components in the flesh, kind of like this is up in a box. We are there, hey, come in the womb, and all that. We have a heartbeat in the womb anyway. You're amazing. We cannot really compare ourselves with computers, because it's an insult for the pod computers. We're insulting the pod computers. Different scales, hey. Billions and billions and an infinite number of years, I'd say, cycles, infinity cycles that created us. We cannot just like computers, They're very rudimentary in comparison to our abilities. But the basic concepts and principles are these. This is the power of the whole. Hey, the parts coming together as a whole is more than the parts themselves. And then, but you still, once you put the parts together, it needs power, it needs energy, so it comes live. Same with us. The body needs energy, power, and the power is the human heartbeat. Boom, and then that comes on, and then the kernel boots in, which is the DNA. Boom, 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 true self. Hello. Hello. I'm alive. System's life. So that's the true self. That's what purposeful love is, because love is creation, and spark is energy, vibration. So creation itself. So then that's it. So it starts with true self at the heart, and then of course life comes in, the kernel, the body is that, the body's energy is motion, right away body energy, because the heartbeat generates the conditions of the body comes into life. And then we have limbs, arms, legs, we move. It's motion immediately there, you see, action immediately. You come into life, what happens to baby? Well, baby is alive when it's in the womb. It does, but it has a mechanism, the umbilical cord and the heartbeat and stuff. It's not kind of like breathing oxygen, because it has kind of like a controlled environment called the placenta, the womb, But when the baby comes out, what's the first thing that happens? System goes live properly, like with oxygen. And then the baby opens the eyes, all that. Well, baby already has the eyes open, sometimes inside the womb. And then, it's beautiful. But what I'm trying to say is that right away, the baby comes out and then it's motion, The baby moves inside anyway because it's still alive. But what I'm trying to say, when things come alive, then this movement, it's stimulation right away. And what's that? It's action, it's motion. It's flow, because we are energy, we flow. It's all about motion. So it's all about that. Angular momentum. Angular momentum is key, kind of key. So then again, true self is that, it's action. Boom, immediately. At the level of motion, body, because the heartbeat comes in, powers the human body, true self comes into life, the OS, the kernel, us, consciousness, self-awareness, intelligence, boom, here, then motion, movement, and that's it at the most rudimentary of levels. But then as we start to develop, become adults and we mature, then our actions are purposeful. We actually have purposeful actions that are beyond like the basic movement. Motricity, beyond that is highly articulated, hand-eye coordinator, feet-hand coordination, eye-feet coordination, eye-hand-feet coordination, everything simultaneously happening. Our brain is just an incredible organism. What it does, motricity, all that. The cerebellum is in charge of equilibrium and all sorts of things. So we are amazing. The human body as a whole is just, as I said it many times, we're the most sophisticated, the most advanced organism ever found, ever discovered by us. So ourselves are like amazing. They're like, we're the most amazing thing. We haven't encountered anything as amazing as we are, but we are the most amazing thing in terms of that level of complexity. Because the earth itself is amazing, the sun is amazing, but in terms of biological life, we are the news, we are the big deal. So then again, action, then that moves into movement, flow, energy, who we are, emotions. So action is that, it goes from true self to action, purposeful daily action, because action is, is part of motion, is part of physics, is action, reaction, motion, action, reaction, action, results, it's always a result, as a result of action, movement. So then again, starts with true self, and then it moves into action, and then action leads to results, end states, achievements, things that you see. Look, I achieved that. You see, I'm here, I do this, the result is noise. You see, this motion with my fingers leads to an outcome, which is that noise that I'm making. See, everything has an action and a reaction. So if you put that into motion, then purposeful action leads to purposeful results. So then again, results, say our dreams come true, all that. So then results is this next stage, and then that leads to purpose. Hey, it does, because purpose is our dreams, is our calling, is what we are aiming for. So it all comes into motion. It all happens as a result. It just does. So results leads to purpose. So the thing is, true self, us, self-awareness and consciousness, the kernel, the all coming life, the source code, powered by the electromagnetic field of the heartbeat, coming life, being aware, conscious, sentient, intelligent, then evolving into adulthood and capable of, doing all the things that we do. When we're old enough and mature enough, then we take action, and then action leads to results, and results leads to purpose. That's purposeful results, purposeful love, purposeful goals. So then purpose itself, the why, infinity, you see, so always that connection to infinity, which is what we are, our root, our source, our genesis. Always the cause, going back to the origin, the source, energy itself, creation itself, infinity itself. So why? That's purpose. So we choose it because we're conscious and self-aware, we have free will. So then again, purpose, and then purpose, once we manifest our purpose, we are bigger than the individual. We are a collective. We are a group. The human species. We are a species. We are a race. We are in the billions. In the billions, guys, and counting. So purpose leads to shared purpose, meaning purpose that you share with others. A bigger purpose than yourself is a common purpose kind of thing. The shared purpose is like the purpose that you have with other humans. Say, for example, you play sport, you have a shared purpose day because you play sport with your mates. And this actions day, the results day, all these true selves coming together and creating. See, from purpose it moves into shared purpose, which is this larger scale teams and groups, medium scale. And then you get to the big scale, which is common purpose, which is all of us, the whole species together, the whole planet, the whole of society, the whole world as one, with our synchronicities and our love and our creations vibrating, acting and resulting and all these, and purposing, happening, true selfing, all these happening, and then that's common purpose. All of us, what we see, this is common purpose. What you see, the world is common purpose. Everything that we have created is our common purpose. We've done this together. This is our creation. This is like our common creation. We created it all. All of us came together with our own dreams, with our own minds, with our own perceptions, and taking action, and we created all what we see. That's us. So Earth itself, not the planet, but what we've done here, our creation, is our common purpose. So you see, it's powerful, it's beautiful, it's just beautiful. And this is an infinite thing because it leads to ultimate purpose, which is infinite creation, who we are, our origin, light spherical beings. You see, energy itself, who we are, our true self energy, turning into light spherical beings, us. Self-transcendence, creating, pinnacle of life, purposeful life, creation, manifesting our creations, manifesting our dreams through free will. And this is what purposeful love is. You see, it's a very powerful notion, it's a very powerful concept because it is based on objective reality, it's based on mathematics, physics, biology, observable phenomena, repeatable, always. It's full circle, it's always the same outcome. So it's truth. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my mind. Remember who we are. We are the human species. We're a benevolent race. This is who we are. We are a benevolent species. We're a loving species. We love with our hearts. We live to love and we love to live. The purpose of life is a life of purpose, a purposeful life. This is who we are. We are light spherical being. This is who we are, all of us. We're light, we're energy, we're creation. We're infinite eternal creators. This is who we are. We're compass, we're sundials. This is our nature. This is who we are. This is truly who we are. We are the citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth. We're the citizenry of the Republic of Planet Earth. We're a sentient species. We're a conscious species, a loving species, love-based species, heart-based species, heartful species, a benevolent species, a benevolent race, a good race. This is our nature. We create with love because we are love. Okay? Love you all with all my heart, with all my mind. Remember who we are. We're the leaders of the Republic of Planet Earth. We're the defenders of the Republic of Planet Earth. All of us. Mama Earth, Mother Earth, our home, our womb, where we all come from, our origin story, our genesis, our origin planet, blue origin, our beautiful blue planet, where we all come from, our mama, the Republic of Planet Earth. Love you all with all my heart, with all my might.